Hello, my lovely friends and family. I am so delighted to come your way once again, and I hope you're all doing wonderfully well by God's grace. Today, I share with you this simple recipe. I call it lazy chicken stew, okay? Lazy chicken stew because you do little prep, and majority of the things that you're going to be used are prepared or short bought, okay? Pre-prepared. A short pot. Yeah. So I start with my chicken. I'm going to be using just drumsticks. Okay. So I have this here, and I'm cleaning it with some lemon juice. Okay. So what I do is I just sprinkle it with some lemon juice, then I add some water to it, and I wash it, and I try and take off the skin from the knee of the chicken. This is the knee of the chicken, believe it or not, I tell you. Yeah. So I remove those skins, and then I slit my chicken, okay, so that the spices will go into it properly, okay. Here is actually the spice rub I'm going to be using. So okay, this spice rub is made up of some thyme, some garlic and tomatoes, concoction, some oregano, and I'm going to put the measurements in there. Some crushed chili or chili flakes. Okay, I love a lot of chili, so I add some more. I have some peri-peri seasoning and some ginger. I'll add a few more because it wasn't enough for me. But yeah, you can add or remove as you wish. Yeah, I add some garlic granules as well. So it's a whole concoction of dry spices which I put together to use as a wrap for my chicken. Okay, so chicken seasoning as well, not forgetting chicken seasoning because we are cooking chicken, and some sage. I add some sage to it. I just want all those flavors coming together, dancing and all. Yeah, and some white pepper. I'll add some black pepper as well, some paprika. I think, yes, I know that. I'll add some paprika. Yeah, and then I'll mix all this together. Normally, when I do this, it's a lot of spices, right? So I couldn't fit in that small bowl, so I had to transfer it into a bigger bowl. Okay, so I'll give it a taste and then add some salt to it. Okay, to make sure that there is enough salt to season the chicken. Otherwise, it's got this flavor but no salt, and it's just going to taste horrible. Okay, so I add some more salt, and I will use some to marinate the chicken. Okay, and then the rest, normally what I do is I store it for another day. It's just, yeah, what I do all the time for another day. So yeah, I sprinkle some on the chicken and give it a toss. Then I'll add some more. I'll add some olive oil and then rub it very well into the chicken. So don't forget that I made some incisions into the chicken so that the spices will just be able to penetrate this chicken for it to taste so good. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to achieve here. I'll cover it with a foil and set it aside on my kitchen counter for 30 minutes as I prep the other things. Okay, so once that is done, just then we go on to making this delicious stew. So as I said before, I always store the rest for another day. So you can make a lot and store it, and whenever you need it, you just go straight for it. Okay, yeah. So here I'm chopping my onions. Okay, this is what I'm going to be using for my stew. Okay, so I'll fry this with in the oil with other things. So um, then what I'm going to be doing next is to blend these ingredients. Okay, some onions, some one star anise, ginger, garlic, and some cardamom. Okay, I'm going to be adding some aniseed and fennel. Okay, to this, and yeah, now I will blend it all together, and some chili, Scotch bonnet chili, the green one, to give it that heat, that I ever so crave in my dishes. Okay, so yeah, I'll blend this I'll blend this and I will fry it, okay, with my in my stew. So that will be like the base of the stew, beginning of the base of the stew. Okay, so here I'm using chopped tomatoes. As I said, it's a lazy chicken stew, so I'm not doing a lot of things from scratch. Okay, so I'm using these chopped tomatoes. Okay, I bought from the shop, and normally I would just use it as it is. Okay, but my kids, they don't like the chunky tomatoes in their stew. They'll pick it all out, so I just give it a bit of a blaze so that you can actually identify individual chunks of tomatoes. Okay, so I'm going to be using my air fryer to fry this chicken. I don't want to be too oily. I don't want like, we are trying to live, a healthy life, reducing the oil and stuff like that. We can't do without it, but as much as possible, where possible, we try to reduce it. So yeah, I use the air fryer to fry this chicken, and once that is nicely fried, we will move on to making the stew. Okay, so as you can see, it is nicely done. Look at how gorgeous that chicken is. This one, you can eat it with anything. Like, you don't have to use it for the stew. You can just, your jollof rice be, your fried rice be, your, anything. You can just use that chicken. Okay. So we're starting with that stew. So I'm frying the onions that we chopped earlier in this oil. I'm using sunflower oil, and my bay leaf has already gone into it without my knowledge. Like it flew into it. I put it in there myself, don't mind me. Okay, so those ginger and garlic and onions and the pepper that we blended and a few spices. Yeah, that's what I've just added. So I fry that for like 2 to 3 minutes, and I add my passata. I always have these passata sitting in my kitchen cupboard. Okay, so I always use it. I add it to my dishes, especially where when I don't want to use tomato puree. I use that instead to give me that color. Okay, so yeah, I added my tomatoes. Rinse the bowl. Always rinse the bowl. No, don't waste food. Okay, don't waste food. Rinse the bowl and add it. Okay, so now it's already, it's already ready. You can see that this thing is getting there. Once you see the oil surfacing, you know that your stew is almost done. Okay, so I give it a stir, and I taste for all other things, and then I add these peppers. These are frozen peppers. Don't forget, it is lazy chicken stew, so we are not doing a lot of prep here and there. This is lazy, so I've got some frozen peppers, mixed peppers, and goes in, and my chicken goes in. So this is not going to take long. The chicken doesn't stay in for long, all right? So I just add in my chicken, and yeah, that is it. It's not just mix it. It's just simmers for like 2 3 minutes, and then I turn off the heat, and that is our stew done. This stew is very delicious because of the spices in the chicken, that is now incorporated in the stew, plus all the other one. It's amazing. Okay, so you can enjoy this with some rice, some kinky, some banku, some whatever you want to enjoy this stew with, potatoes, whatever. Okay, so next thing, I have a bonus for you, and that is I'm going to use the rest of the stew for jollof. So it's day two, and we didn't finish the stew, and the rest of the stew I am just adding it to my trusted jollof rice pot. And I just raised the big pot into it as well. And yeah, we're making the jollof rice. So you let it simmer a bit, and you add your rice. Remember to add some salt because you are adding rice to the stew, and the salt in the stew will not be enough to season the rice. Okay, the additional rice to this stew. So you add some more salt to taste. I didn't show here because I'm not doing a video on jollof. I'm just showing what I use the rest of the stew to do. So as you can see, I'm just scraping the bottom of the saucepan so that it doesn't stick a lot. That's what I normally do, like every 5 minutes until it's 20 minutes into cooking when I'm making jollof, so that I don't get a lot of crust and I can maximize the rice. Okay, so once that is almost done, I add my chicken because the chicken is soft. If you add it at the beginning, it will all break into pieces, and unless that's how you like it, you can always stir it the chicken into pieces and add it to the rice. That one would be nice. But I just laid it on top of the rice and steamed it so that some heat will get into it. Okay, so this is like basically what I did with the rest of the stew. It's not by any way like a jollof recipe, but then why not? I just added it, and it was really great. So thank you for stopping by, and I am really, really so grateful to you all. Please remember to like, subscribe, and please comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.